The mystery surrounding the origins of COVID-19 has taken a new turn now.
Well, adding to that, Kripa, a former senior advisor to Dr. Anthony Fauci has admitted to having helped conceal U.S. federal records tied to COVID-19 research, thereby raising questions about what officials actually knew, what records were kept, and how much the public was told.
Well, Dr. Anthony Fauci served as chief medical advisor to U.S. President Joe Biden from January 2021 until December 2022, concurrently leading the U.S. federal response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Dr. David Morens pleaded guilty to conspiring to defraud the U.S. government. Prosecutors say that he used personal email account to get around federal records laws while working at the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. Morens now faces a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison. A U.S. federal judge, Maryland, is scheduled to sentence him on 12th of November.
The case now centers on records connected to COVID-19 research grants. Prosecutors allege Morens concealed or even destroyed communications, including discussions about efforts to restore a controversial grant involving bat coronavirus research. That grant had been cancelled by the U.S. National Institutes of Health.
After concerns emerged over research that involved a laboratory in Wuhan, China, a company receiving the U.S. federal grant had allegedly provided a sub-award to that China-based laboratory. Investigators also say Morens agreed to help revive the grant and push back against claims that the pandemic began with a laboratory leak.
Morens had previously denied trying to evade U.S. federal transparency requirements through his personal email. Although Fauci has not been charged in this case, it has, however, intensified scrutiny on him. During a U.S. congressional hearing in July, Fauci, remember, repeatedly invoked his Fifth Amendment rights, and just last week he declined to appear voluntarily before another U.S. Senate panel after Republicans voted to hold him in contempt of Congress.
But the central question still remains unanswered. How did COVID-19 begin? While U.S. intel agencies remain divided, the FBI and the CIA have assessed a laboratory leak as likely, although the CIA expressed low confidence in its conclusion.
The U.S. intelligence agencies and the U.S. National Intelligence Council believe that coronavirus most likely emerged via natural transmission from some animal. China has rejected the laboratory leak theory.
In fact, earlier this month, former White House COVID-19 response coordinator Dr. Ashish Jha had publicly said he believes a lab leak is a more likely explanation for COVID-19.
Last year, the World Health Organization had said that all hypotheses on how the pandemic began remain open, adding that pending further data, the origin of COVID and how it spreads remains elusive. The official global COVID-19 death toll reported to the World Health Organization is over 7.11 million people.
So while Morens' guilty plea does not resolve the very origin of COVID-19, it does appear to have opened another chapter behind the pandemic's beginnings.